Hello, Markee Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and welcome to another episode of the EVE Online 30-Day Challenge. Today, I think we're going to talk a little bit about doing some scanning. Let me bring the other guys on here. So, guys, you mentioned, I was like, I need to go out and kill something, and so you guys brought up the fact that it's important to be able to scan the gates. And so can one of you guys explain to me what it means to scan a gate?
Then you go. You have a directional scanner on your ship.
Okay. Is this something that I have to install or something that's on all ships?
No. You don't need to install it, and you don't need any skills or anything to
okay.
do it. So
you've already done it before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, then maybe I should like grab a newbie ship or a shuttle or something that is kind of a fast ship that I can zip around in and just go out and practice this, walk through it, and see how it works out. So let's see here. I want a nice shuttle. There's a lot of different shuttles. Oh, do I already have one of these? That's an ugly looking little ship. It's right here. I do have one. Okay. We're going to go into the TIE fighter here. Or that's not a TIE fighter. What do they call that in Star Wars? Oh. So, okay, well, let's see. And this probably shouldn't have anything on it.
no, you cannot put any module on this yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I should rename it. So, change name. Let's see. I don't know what to call it.
Pick something from chat room. Let them name it.
Okay, chat room.
Yeah.
What are we going to name this? First one that I really like, I'm going to take. Speedy Dragon, Black Wasp, Promo Blink. Oh God, Promo Blink. TIE Fighter, Dragon, Man of Steel, Bottle Caps. Yeah. Peanut, Battleship, Predator, Ugly Bastard. Here, yeah, I kind of like that. You know, the battleship. You know, why don't we just call it like Baby Battleship or something like that? And so people look at it and kind of go, "Huh?" They'll be like, "He's trying to pretend that he's more than what he really is." So, okay. Well, I'm gonna let me check the surroundings here. And see if I got any hostiles. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to zip out here. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Markee, we called it the small or baby battleship, right?
Yeah.
Are you compensating for something?
I don't know. I didn't call it big battleship or I don't know. Not really. No compensation necessary, man. Okay. So, let me just go and get out just a little ways. So, now, scanning, basically, I'm able to look in a particular direction and see what kind of interesting stuff is up there. Is there any skills needed for this?
Just a skill to understand the process.
So my personal skill.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I assume you saw my link in chat.
What, for the wiki thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, except okay. Well, I don't really want to. I wasn't really looking to bring those things up while live streaming. This guy is targeting me. Why? He's coming at me. He's 50-some kilometers away. Okay. Guess I'm gonna move.
Yeah, don't go to a belt.
Yeah.
So remember the thing I pasted in Twitch chat that didn't write quite format well? I told you to put in your notepad.
Mm-hmm.
You use this a lot when you're directional scanning.
Okay, and that's all the values.
Yeah.
Okay. And why do the value... And that's the distance values, right?
Correct.
And why do distance values matter?
You want to know how far something is away. You can, if you only leave it at 14 AU, you'll get everything within that range. You might want to narrow that down.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now, if I'm going to jump through, let's say, this gate for ATTYN, Atten, how would I go about scanning that? Or is that what we talk about when we talk about scanning gates?
Someone wants to answer. I'm fixing my note here.
So, as far as scanning a gate, I guess I don't know why I'd want to, other than there might be a hostile sitting there. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll have to if no one else is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you open up your directional scanner.
Okay.
Alt D is the shortcut.
And how would I do that without a shortcut?
Click your scanner button on the bottom there, little radar icon.
Okay, I see it. Ooh, that's an interesting picture. It just flipped me around that way.
And another useful thing is if you hold down Alt, you'll see a little box at the center of your ship. You can use that to narrow down your aim when you're pointing at something. And then you can use that to scan in the direction. Remember that scanning is based upon your camera view, not your ship. So you can point that at a gate and then narrow down the slider on your directional scanner when you're doing the AU setting, and you can see how far away a gate is, and then you say, okay, so if it's like 4 point something AU away, you'll want to set it to maybe 6 AU, and then narrow down your scanner so it's like only covering maybe a 30 degree or smaller.
Okay, you're going way too fast for me here, because you lost me at I should point at the gate. So
well, you can see the distance on there. It says
yes.
4 point something AU.
Yes.
And all you need to do is go to your directional scanner and then enter in one, like say 6 AU, so it doesn't go too far past it.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, so directional scan. So that's this tab up here.
Yes, the central tab.
Okay. And I should set it to 4.3 AU?
Well, you can easily just enter in your value that's closest to the gate distance. That covers it.
Okay, so that's 4.3 AU. But,
Well, you have a value for 4, but it's not going to cover it because it's over 4. So you want to have the next one up. I'll have to bring it up here. Okay. So next one up would be 5 AU. That's 74799 quadruple 0.
uh, 4747?
Yeah, 5 AU is 74799 quadruple 0.
Interesting. Okay, on this text pad, this notepad thing that I have here, it starts with a 4, that number that you're saying.
Yeah, you're gonna have to fix that formatting. 1 AU equals 149598000, and then you enter after that, and you're gonna have to clear that up.
Okay, so okay.
So you set it to the next value that's going to cover the range, so 5 AU, 747. You would paste that into your distance there, and you make sure you put your directional scanner little slider next to there to maybe about 30 degrees.
Okay.
And then make sure your little targeting box is generally over what you're looking at.
The targeting box, the thing when I hit Alt?
Yeah.
Okay, and that needs to be over the gate?
Generally over. As long as you're looking in that way to cover that degrees that you're using.
Okay. So, I mean, it's there. It's just sits a little bit below it.
You can use your mouse to left click and drag it around to pointing that way. The smaller your degrees gets, you're going to want to have it over what you're looking at.
I can left click and
no, not the box. Just move your camera around so that it's over what you're looking at.
I see. So I got to look right up the butt of my shuttle.
Yeah, and now you can click scan, and it'll show you what is in that distance in that cone that you're looking at.
Okay. Well, it looks like just these two things here. There's a moon, and then there's a rifter out here.
Also, if you have the checkbox to use your overview settings, it's going to be using whatever overview settings you have. So if you're on PvP, so it's going to be showing the ships that are selected in that tab. If you don't want to filter anything out, just uncheck the use overview settings.
Okay, we'll see what comes up now. More stuff. Okay.
That way, like if you're in low sec or null sec, you scan the gate, see if something's in your path, especially like bubbles in null sec.
Oh, so you can actually see bubbles.
Yeah.
Okay. But isn't this, golly, what's the easy way to do this? I mean, this just seems horribly boring and possibly complex.
No, it's when you get used to doing it, it only takes two. Then if you come across a system that is like and there's like 30 AU to the gate, then you change into solar system map, jump to the closest planet, and then the director, and then it only takes like few seconds to scan out the gate. Just when you get the hang of it, it's just those were one of the things you have to practice, so that it takes as short amount of time as possible. Because they can see you coming to local, and then they can start scanning where you are, and you might work to a planet close to the gate. And if they're really good, they can.
Shit, I'm under attack.
They
Damn it.
they can scan
Hold
you
on.
down and.
Hold on. Fuck. Oh, man.
Why are ships not being shown on there?
I don't know. That's a very good question, isn't it?
Gonna have to recheck your overview settings.
Let's see.
You would have less people attacking if that was a war target if you went actually to low sec. Make a bookmark in between warps. No one's gonna try to track down a shuttle in low sec.
Warp drive active.
Well, he got my shuttle.
If he wasn't a war target, then his ship got blown up.
Yeah, I saw him being attacked.
Yeah, well, when he warped out, just the Concorde was arriving, so he was destroyed.
If you want to be still in high sec with war targets, just go to a 1.0 system. They're practically there instantly.
Okay, I'll go get myself another shuttle. That's why I didn't take out a big ship. You know.
Using the directional scanner is good if you're in low null and you want to, and wormholes, and you want to avoid being scanned. You set it to a certain distance, like maybe 8 AU, and you just every 10 seconds or so, just hit the scan button, and you'll be able to see scan probes.
How fast is this little ship?
Don't you have a freak with a micro warp drive or something like that? So, and if you put micro warp drive and overdrive injector system, it will be fast, and they won't be able to kill you before Concorde gets them. So if you just keep burning.
Yeah, if you're in the rookie ship, no one's gonna try to kill you for your bounty.
So I'm looking at local chat here. Hello from us, Markee. John Midwolfie. We've heard you'd like some PvP. We gave it to you. Funny. So that's cute. Yep. Except I was going to go looking for it. Not it come to me. But obviously it did. So. Okay. Okay, well, got kind of interrupted there. Let's see here.
Learning all this stuff is much easier, like in Eve University.
Well, now why do you say that?
Well, they've got all the tools as I've shown you, the guides, the either audio or video, and the hands-on classes that are scheduled pretty much round the clock with different time zones. It's just I just felt it was much easier. Only problem is they require you to do the main tutorials, and then you have to apply. And sometimes with the amount of applications they get, it might take a week or two to get in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, with the format that I'm doing here for the show, it doesn't fit very well, and so yeah.
You know, you go on these roams, they're like maybe up to 200, maybe even 300 people in a fleet, and they have to split them up sometimes.
It's a pretty big size.
Yeah, they have like 800, 900 people in the corporation.
Yeah, and then he had to set his plan after their plan, so...
I wonder if I joined the Eve University Corporation, if they'd get a whole bunch of war decks.
They get them anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure they'd like the attention that I'd bring. Maybe they would. I don't know. So
Probably most people, like the people that war deck, they probably don't even know who you are, and they're just war decking Eve University because they are Eve University. They're easy kills.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's see here.
I'm thinking maybe your PvP tab doesn't have neutrals on it.
Well, that was one of the things that we talked about the other day, is that it doesn't show everything. I'm having a real hard time with this overview setup that I've got, because it doesn't show other ships. That was the exact thing that we changed my other tab for that reason. And
Well, that's if you're in a high sec war deck, neutrals are not that important. But if you go to low sec, you probably want to have a low sec tab that shows neutrals.
okay.
That's another thing you can do, is learn the map. Takes just a few minutes.
Yeah, well, I want to work on my scanning just a little bit more. I need to get comfortable with that. What is going on here? Why am I get the map out of there. Here I am undocking and I still got the map up.
Drive active.
Can you scan while you're warping?
Yep.
Yes.
And you can make your slider to 360 degrees and see everything around you within that range.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said that I want to just set it at the range that's appropriate for, for where I'm going and everything.
For the distance that you want to scan.
Mm-hmm. And, God, I wish there was some drop downs here or something like that for that. Why make us type it in every time?
Welcome to the Eve UI. Maybe that's something they'll work on in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are working on it. I think it's not that long until they make some basic changes to it.
It's still probably under coming soon DM.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's not in the next expansion. It might be in the winter expansion or the next summer expansion.
For now, just have those notes in your notepad. I can actually paste them separately, so you can then copy paste them in a notepad in the proper order and look nice.
Really? That would probably be of help.
Yeah, I'll just copy and paste one line at a time, and then you can then go ahead and paste it into your notepad.
Warp drive active.
Okay, so there we go. I gotta be looking where I'm going. So maybe
A question.
Yeah?
Is it worth training Markee for directional scanning if in Odysseum they're gonna have a new one?
I mean, it's gonna be a new one sometime in the future. It's not like it's gonna be new tomorrow, and
Oh,
it's
they
gonna
will.
be it's gonna be basically the same thing. That you're just gonna change the visual aspect of it. I think it's gonna be basically the same. But if you want to wait a year or something until they bring out the new format of it, that's
I think that I think that any changes that they make, it'll still be scanning, still be directional scanning, and you know, a lot of the core stuff will still apply. So probably, yeah, it'd be good to go over it. And even if you know, when this stuff comes out on video, if they've changed it by then, well, you know, it's updated a little bit, but you know, that'd be fine.
They did say that they're going to be changing maybe the UI for, I guess it was the probe scanning.
yeah. They're gonna put in formatted formations for the probes and things like that. So you can just put your probes in proper formation automatically, depending on the number of drones you have and things like that.
I'm gonna love that one.
And with directional scanner, I think it was more the system scanner than the things you scan down. You will see them in as signs in space, not just numbers on your tab, and make some better looking visual effects for it. So I don't think it's a fundamental change.
Well, there's a customs office at this planet.
Yeah, all the planets in HiSec will have a customs office. Low-sec, they'll have the Interbus customs office that you'll have to destroy if you want to be able to set your own rates. That you put your own one up.
Okay, so I see that you're posting the stuff in chat here. Let me
Yeah, that way you can copy
find
and
my
paste it
notepad
and put
again.
it in here. When you put all 9s in there, that's the maximum that you can scan at 14 AU-ish. It'll automatically just put the maximum when you put all 9s.
Okay. Well, okay. So the first one you put 1 AU equals that, and then, oh, so you actually then change your format after the first one.
Yeah, this is basically something I copied from someone else.
Mm-hmm. It's just some math. Okay. I'll get it in here and it'll look all pretty. So if I'm just going through from place to place and I want to be lazy, I'd probably set it up to be about the maximum distance be from gate to gate. And then if I see nothing except for the gate, then I'll know that I don't have anything else in my way. Would that be, is that logical?
Yeah, yeah. Then you just scan the maximum distance and look if you see any ships on scan.
Then I
If
can
you don't
refine
see
it.
any, then you know there is nothing there. Just the basic stuff in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Directional scanner is good to be able to find, well, like scan down people and pauses before they actually see your probes. You directional scan them down to the minimum that you're able to find them, and then you drop your probes in that area so that they don't see them, have a less chance of seeing them in space if they're trying to directional scan, protect themselves from being probed.
Yeah, that's basically how you would mess with miners in low sec. And
Yeah,
no
you can
sec.
see if they're in asteroid belts, and you narrow it down to maybe if you can get it down to 2 AU.
Mm-hmm.
That way they don't see the probes in space and know that someone's looking for something.
Okay, so I'm just gonna set this all the way out to the maximum. And oh shit, I just cut it out of there instead of copied it.
Just fill the line with 9s, then it goes automatically to maximum distance.
Okay. So I see the customs office here. Okay. And then if I change my angle to 360, I should get everything then that's here in the system. So, okay. What is a mine? Is that like I'm going to blow up if I run into it?
You'll have to stretch out your scanner. You're not showing everything too.
I'm not. Stretch it out which way? Oh. Man, that takes up a lot of space. Okay.
That's just the name of the object, and then you see the type. It's a Venture. That's just the name of the ship.
Ah. Okay. So, now, if I'm looking at my scanner stuff here, and okay, so if I want to go and find that ship, I set my scan at 360 degrees, so I don't know which direction it is. How would I find that out?
You can use the sidebar, I believe it was F11. In that case, someone showed you before. And you see the little cone that your ship is looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And you can narrow that down to like maybe just 180 degrees, spin it around, scan, until you just keep doing that until you narrow it down to which direction it's at.
I see.
Then you can see what is in that direction, if it's asteroid belts or something, and try to point in on the most likely place where it could be.
So if it's like you have 3 planets in line towards the bottom right there, then you can narrow it down by distance, and you can narrow it down by maybe what planet it's maybe at. So you can maybe narrow it down to maybe 8 AU or something, and see if it's one of the first 2 planets there.
Boy, and you not only have left and right, but you have up and down too, don't you?
Yeah, you want to be able to. It makes it easier if you just point at a planet, because the asteroid belts are going to be around planets. So you might want to have it at, I don't know, 30, 90 degrees. Have it a little wider so that you can encompass everything, and then narrow down your degrees. Remember, it's the direction that your camera is looking based
Right.
upon the center of your ship.
Mm-hmm. So it is somewhere in the direction that I'm looking.
Markee, you
Yeah.
got some ships close by, 100 clicks away.
Yeah, I see that now. That's Mid-Wolf
Yeah.
again. Okay.
Now that you're in a 1.0 system, it'll be an instant explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Warp drive active.
Yeah. Well, he'll have to find me.
Actually, if he's fit to be a sniper corpsman, he can actually hit you from there.
You can just make a save spot if they keep bothering you.
Yeah, mid-warp safe spot.
Yes.
So, now if I wanted to flag him so I see him when he comes into the area in the future, how would I do that?
You can put him into. You can set his standings, your personal standings, and make him like a negative to you.
Yeah, and how would I do that?
Right-click his name,
Mm-hmm.
show info,
Okay.
then go to standings.
Standings. Okay.
You will not be notified by anything that he comes into the current system. You will have to check out the local. He will have a small icon to his name.
I can't see the whole thing; it's being covered by your picture.
What?
There should be a button at the bottom, I guess.
Oh, okay. Add contact. It's the only button there.
Yeah, add contact and then select the negative or plus standing you wanted them to be. And then you can also add the contact to your watch list. It'll notify you in the bottom right corner when someone logs in or out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I was able to see it now that he shows up in this yellow when, or orange, when I'm in the same area with him, or same sector.
The targets marked also have the same icon to their name when in space, when you can actually see them. They will have that to their pod or ship.
Okay. What's a Mackinac?
Mining
It's a
ship.
mining ship.
Warp drive active.
Okay, well, I can see that there's quite a finesse to this whole scanning thing. And yeah, Not really my cup of... I don't find it to be fun, let me say that.
No, it's not supposed to be fun. It's a practical tool that with practice you get really quick using it, especially with the gate scanning, and it can save you from being killed, from being losing your ship and being potted. It's not something you have to sit around doing all day, uh, unless you're looking for people in belts. But the basic thing is with the gate scanning, it's something that it's one of the tools to not getting killed. And when you get used to using it, it's just you warp to a place, scan the gate out, and it only takes like 10 seconds maximum, and then you know what's on the gate. And like if you're flying around with something expensive and in a cloaky ship, but not with a nullifier, and you want to know if there is a bubble on the gate to if you want to take another route or something like that, it can really matter to know how to do it. At least the gate scanning thing.
Okay.
It's the same thing can be said of the anomaly scanner. It's a tool. It's not meant to be fun. You just use it to find the anomalies.
Yeah.
So that the anomaly scanner, you just go to the system scanner, and you click scan, and you find anomalies.
And I may just find anomalies by mistake while I'm goofing around out here, huh?
Well, you can't find them by mistake. You have to actually use the system scanner to find them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You might want to veer off the Mackinac. It's going to be rude to bump them.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, I was trying to be rude.
If you want to be really rude, then you speed fit a battleship and try to get as fast as you can, and then you bump them and they just go many kilometers away. Then you do it again and again until they warp away. Then you've been really annoying.
Huh. Now, see, he doesn't have any drones out here, does he? And that's does he not have any drones because he's in high sec? And so he doesn't feel like he needs them?
He could probably tank the 1.0 rats, or usually the rookie rats that you can't do any damage to him.
Let's just say he doesn't have the skills for drones.
Yeah. So,
Markee targets appearing. Thanks, TeamSpeak, for warning. Those people definitely want your rookie ship wreck.
yeah, I think so.
Get out of the rookie ship and contract it to them for 10 million.
So while you're warping around, and you have the scanner window open, you can go over to the system scanner.
Okay. I'm there.
And then click the scan button on it.
Warp drive active.
And you mean the analyze button?
Yeah, analyze.
Cannot do that while warping. Okay.
Yeah, I can't do it while warping. This is also used in part with the probe scanning. And you can use the map to bring up the solar system map.
wait a second here. So now this this same thing, the system scanner, is it scanning the entire system, or is it going the way I'm looking?
It's the entire system.
Okay. So I've got some
there you
cosmic
have-
anomalies here.
Yeah, those are all a bunch of combat anomalies, so you can open the window up a bit more. You can't see all of it.
And so those are fights to go have?
Yeah, so you can, depending on the name, usually gives you an idea if it's going to be big or small or whatever. But you're in 1.0, so it's mostly all going to be like a frigate fight.
I'm gonna go take a look.
Sometimes they can randomly send you to an escalation anomalies. When you're done, you'll have a mission that'll send you somewhere else, and sometimes it'll be a long chain. Sometimes it'll just end, and you'll get nothing. Sometimes it'll end in a low sec system.
The rewards are well worth the risk, but you never know what the reward might be.
It can be good and it can be bad, and it can send you, yeah, quite a few gems. But I don't think it ever goes outside of the region.
Okay. They're all looking at me now. Go figure.
Yeah, this is when you want to be in a real ship.
A real ship. Is it a real ship?
Are you sure you can't kill them? I mean, this is 1.0 system.
Well, he's gonna have to get in close with a blaster.
I know.
A civilian
very
blaster.
He's gonna need to bump them to be able to hit them.
Oh, is this like a gas cloud I'm entering or something? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Kind of interesting
Just a
effect.
cosmetic thingy.
Mm-hmm.
It has no other meaning, just to be cool.
Yeah.
There are some other gas clouds that you can actually harvest.
Warp drive active.
Okay. Well, I guess, just trying to think of what I want to do next. I guess I'm going to head back and get me a ship I can actually fight in. And go out and try and find some trouble.
What type of trouble you're looking for? The one where you be victorious, or you will run away?
Both. I don't know. I'm just looking for trouble, and then I will decide which it's going to be when I get there.
Warp drive.
Yeah, you can fly towards Cheetah, and then you will find more than you can park, and you'll probably just be destroyed in a really short amount of time.
Well, you know, I've been to Jita several times and haven't been destroyed. In fact, nobody's ever gotten me at Jita.
Yet.
Well, yes,
Oh,
sure.
Fly between Cheetah and Amar. There's definitely Marmites there. And you can go down in burning glory.
But like I said, with Arnon, you're just a few jumps away from the Galente Caldari
Okay.
faction warfare theater.
Warp drive active.
Now, the faction warfare theater, but I thought you said earlier I couldn't do that unless I was.
You can start screw. You can screw around there, fly around.
Nothing says you can't go to Losec.
Yeah, you can screw around there without being part of the faction war. I mean, and attack someone, and you might lose a bitsy piece of security status, but that's just. But that's something that can be easily fixed. Just if you get someone in Losec and don't want to absolutely destroy your security standing, don't hurt anyone in Losec.
Don't do what to anyone in Losec?
Pod. Don't kill their pods
Oh.
in Losec. Just if you destroy their ship, you don't lose, or a crash, you don't lose that big of amount of security status. But if you start potting people, it goes down really fast, and then you can't enter Empire just it takes like a day or 2 days. I managed to with one character being unable to go to Empire in 2 days or something. I was playing 2 evenings in with a low-sec corp. I lost my security standings down to minus 6.4 in 2 evenings. Because I was potting people. So, when in low sec, if you want to be able to go to Empire, just attack the ships and destroy them. Don't kill their pods.
Warp drive active.
But, yeah, it limits the possibilities a lot if you have few characters not being able to take them to Empire, and makes all creates for logistical problems if you need ships and like that. Then you need either buy them at usually high prices in low sec, or transport them in low sec, or get someone to transport it into low sec for you. So with few characters, that creates problems. But when you will be addict like the rest of us with 4 or 5 accounts or more, then it's no problem.
Yeah. Well, I've got 2 running right now.
Yeah, and you don't want your industrial character basically bound down to where you have your low sec minus security status character always in range to warp ships to him and things like that.
If you ever decide to do faction warfare, you can just leave the corp, and then you go into the faction warfare buttons in the station, and you just join faction warfare right there in the militia office. It's the button with the skull and swords.
Have these people explained to you what is faction warfare, Markee?
And what the disadvantages of being in a faction war are?
No. So what is faction warfare?
You will get attacked, and you will be, in everywhere. Low sec, high sec, null sec, maybe in a station, not sure how.
Yeah. And if you're flying for the Galente Federation, you cannot. It's really hard for you to enter the Caldari State or Ammar Empire spaces. They will destroy you. So you will be stuck with playing in Minmatar and Galente High Sec. So you lose most of the high sec space you can enter safely.
You can enter the opposing faction's high sec space, like in a shuttle or so forth. It's the Navy that will attack you, and the higher the security of the system, the faster they will respond. They will web you, and so forth. As long as you have like a shuttle and so forth, you should be able to get through and get to stations and so forth. So Glenta, you'll be at war mainly with Caldari, and Amar is allied with them, so you can't. You'll be attacked if you go in their space, and so like Minotaur will be your allies, and you can go like over to Heck and shop and stuff. So it's the other way around. So if you're in Caldari, Minotaur and Galente will be against you. But you can either fight players or do the NPC complexes, and then you get LP for your faction doing those plexes. And like I said, then you can look in the LP store for that faction, and then use that LP to buy things that you can only get from faction warfare.
And also, if I remember correctly, if you go into faction warfare before the Galactic Federation and do the plexus, then you lose standing with the Caldari state, and in the end, if you do it for a while, you will have such a negative standing with the Caldari state that you will simply not be able to enter Caldari Highsec. It's like with Evil Kane that I have in Airhawks. I have such a negative standing to Galactic Federation that I don't think ever enter Galactic space. So.
Well, you can, but you will get blown up.
Yeah, I know I can enter it, but I like, if I wanted to play like with Marcus now, I could only fly with him in a pod. That's not fun. So it's also it's really difficult because I have it so low. It's at minus 5.5 or something, and so yeah. I would need to train a bunch of skills just to get it up, so I can enter 0. No, just for some Galente agents to accept me to begin doing missions for them, and then I would have to do level 1 missions for months just to slowly bounce up my security standing with my faction standing with Galente Federation.
If you're in faction warfare, you're probably not going to really care about it. If you really care about it, then just don't do so many NPC ship shootings.
But don't you lose standing with killing players that are fighting for the opposite faction?
It's really not the same. You can, if you shoot players, you'll maybe lose some standing, but it's not as much as shooting the NPC ships that are in the complexes.
Yeah. So it's all problematic with the standing. That's also one thing we could go into, the faction and empire standing system of the game. How to gain good standing with some faction or empire, and what you gain from having good standing from a faction or empire. That's also one aspect that's good to know.
Yeah, I think that's more advanced. It's too bad that I can't just pop in there and do that.
You mean faction warfare?
Red versus blue. You just train up an alt character on the same account that can fly maybe cruisers, and you're free to experience everything and shoot everything.
Yeah, you've limited yourself being in this corp, and you can't just jump around. Yeah, the corp limits you from being in faction warfare because they're not in it. You would have to join the NPC faction warfare corp or a corp in faction warfare.
Okay. So I think that went a little bit further beyond than what my brain could hold. So, at least at this moment.
Yeah, I just said you can click the faction warfare buttons.
Yeah, then I made overflow. Sorry.
Okay, so I think we're going to end this episode right here. It's a good spot. Next episode, we're going to go out and actually find some trouble. Either I'm going to blow up or someone else is. And hopefully that'll be fun. And then, if you're watching on YouTube, you just have to wait for the next episode tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, hang on, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to do a few drawings and give some stuff away. So, be right back, everyone.